Okay, and welcome to Brush. We got Beat Digger Wrestling going on as we speak here. We're just starting a little early, kind of a surprise for us, but we got Austin Curtis out there on the JV side going against Cassidy Park out of Weld Central. And the Weld Central wrestler, they're going at 120. Austin gets thrown hard to the mat. Now he's trying to fight off a half Nelson from the Weld Central wrestler. Oh, nice little switch, and Austin comes up on top. Makes it 5-4 for the Weld Central wrestler. Now he's setting up the iron cross, or that barbed wire the Beat Diggers like to run. Grab those elbows, put them together. Now he's trying to go for a cross-face cradle. Stays with that, goes right back to that iron cross, or barbed wire. Can't get the taller, bigger opponent to go over, so we head to the second period. Austin with 4 for the Beat Diggers and 5 for Cassidy Park out of Weld Central. And Austin's going to take down. Start the second period. Cassidy Park in on the right side. He's a good foot and a half or two taller. And Curtis trying to pop out. He's got a little fireman's carry look. He's got a arm and going for a single leg, sets Cassidy over, and he'll take the lead 6-5 with the reversal, but Cassidy gets out in front of him. So Curtis trying to keep control. He's caught underneath. Big sprawl there by Cassidy Park. Say he's a lot taller than Austin Curtis, and Austin maintains control. Cassidy trying to stand up. Curtis drives him towards the edge, and they'll be out of bounds. Let's head back to the center. 1:17 on the clock here in this first JV match. And Austin's not quite as tall as the shoulders of the Weld Central wrestler. Austin wrestled varsity last night, 113 for the Beat Diggers. Got a big win against University. He throws a half Nelson in with a tight waist, driving it. And Cassidy pulls that off. Now Curtis right back with a cross face. Traps that far elbow. Going for a cross face cradle on the much taller wrestler. He's got it locked up. And over goes Cassidy. Curtis going for the pin. And there it is. Austin Curtis up almost 2 weights. And that's a lot when you're a little guy. And he picks up the pin win. And let's see, that'll be at 3:09 of the match. So nice job by Austin Curtis. How about that? That's Tommy England. Tommy England's going to go for the Beat Diggers. And he's going to take on Braden Baumgartner. Braden's twin brother is going to wrestle up at 132 against Caleb Cox in the varsity match. Weld Central Stat Girls got to come help her brothers. I didn't get her first name, but Tommy England steps out there for the Beat Diggers. And we're underway at 152 pounds. Tommy, a sophomore for the Beat Diggers. Played some football. They go forehead to forehead. Weld Central Rebels in their sky blue with lightning stripes white and red. I guess that's what you call that. Tommy, little throw-by attempt there by Baumgartner, but Tommy fought that off, or excuse me, yeah, Tommy England fought that off. They go back forehead to forehead. First period in their last JV match. And they go back to the tie-up. They work right in the 10-foot circle. And there's a little throw-by, and Baumgartner behind, and England trying to peel the wrist. And Baumgartner's going to pull him towards the edge, and they'll be out of bounds. We'll restart with 55 seconds on the clock here in the first period. No score. Go back to that forehead tie-up. kind of pushing and working her wrist. England peels the wrist away when Baumgartner tried to grab the wrist. They go back into the 10-foot circle. And break apart. And 20 seconds left here in the first period. Still no score. There's a shot finally by a terrible shot by England, and Baumgartner's going to jump on him for the 2-point takedown. They work over to the far edge of the mat. Difference in the rules this year. Last year that would have been out of bounds, but they're trying to keep the wrestlers in bounds or let them wrestle the edges now. So the official said as long as two knees are on the ground by the offensive wrestler, he can get points out of bounds on his opponent. So that'll be a little different look. England wins the toss and he defers, and Braden Baumgartner will take the down position here at 152 pounds. England in on the right side, grab that left ankle. Nice hard switch attempt by Baumgartner. England steps over it. And Baumgartner staying with it, and he's going to overpower England. Get out to the side. England trying to re-switch with him. And Baumgartner's got an ankle, gets his arm out, and trying to get a crossface in there. England hanging on to a single leg with one arm. There's a reversal for Baumgartner. He'll go up 4-0. Baumgartner's got a little chicken wing in there. Ooh, it's a little high. And the official's going to let him use that. Ooh, that's hard on his shoulders. Baumgartner cranking him over, and England rolls through it. No points scored there. Got a little tilt by Baumgartner. England fought that off. And Baumgartner puts a figure 4 on the thigh and gets the crossface in there, trying to turk England over. England pulls the wrist up and over his head. Down to 50 seconds and counting second period now. Baumgartner out the side trying that iron cross on England. England reaches out, trying to block it with the single leg. Now England trying to bridge out of there. He's going to give up a couple points. He's going to get hooked up in a reverse half Nelson or a headlock almost. But he bellies down there. Officials holding 2 points. Baumgartner's going to try to walk an armbar around. He'll give up on that, give 2 near fall points. And Baumgartner will do the 2-on-1. Keeps England broken down. Inside of 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Baumgartner up 6-0 in this 152-pound JV match between the Rebels and the Beefeaters. So it'll be Tommy England's choice. He's down 6-0. And they'll go in the neutral position. Go back that forehead to forehead and grab the wrist. They circle in the 10-foot area. BHS Beat Digger logo there. Attempt of a throw by Baumgartner, but England stays in front of him. Turn a few lights off here. Get the mat light going. Minute 15 in a match. Still no score here in the third period as they work for off their feet. Just kind of banging foreheads and doing a little dance. A little feint there by England. Baumgartner, England tried a shot again. Baumgartner backed away from that. Come back forehead to forehead. Baumgartner pushing into England over the far side. England trying to circle in, and he will. Break apart right on the far edge. England trying to snap Baumgartner down. Still haven't had a shot out of Baumgartner the whole match. There's England with a shot. He's in with a single leg. Goes to a double. Sets him down to his knee and gets a 2-point takedown. England trying to work the cross face, the far ankle. Baumgartner trying to stand up and hip into England. England's got a leg trapped underneath. Baumgartner grabs the toe and trying to pop out the backside. England lose the match only by 4. 6-2 will be the final score. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back, and we're ready for varsity wrestling here. The Beat Diggers against Weld Central. And,
the Beat Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan, with locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush. They are available 24/7 for your banking needs.
Okay, and we'll try to run through the starting lineup. We're a little behind the PA announcer, but that's okay. Going to start at 195 pounds. Thomas Metlin for the Beat Diggers, a junior, will receive a bye. And at 220, Isaac D. Herrera, senior for the Beat Diggers. Also, no opponent. So the Beat Diggers will take a 12-0 lead into 285, where there's no wrestler for either team. So no points scored there. Then we'll go to 106 pounds, number 1 ranked Santana Hernandez of Weld Central doesn't have an opponent, so that'll give 6 points to Weld Central before we wrestle a match. It'll be 12-6, and we'll have Eric Medina for the Beat Diggers taking on Colton Robertson for the Weld Central Rebels at 113. And then we'll go to Colin Cole, senior for the Beat Diggers. He'll take on Sammy Almazawari at 126. No wrestler for the Beat Diggers. It'll be Mikey Roscobb going for Weld Central at 132. Caleb Cox, senior for the Beat Diggers, will take on Tanner Baumgartner. At 138, Osvaldo Nunez, no opponent for him. And then we jump to 145. Bryce Thomas, sophomore for the Beat Diggers, will go against Carmelo Rivera at 152. Ricky Mendez, senior for the Beat Diggers, will take on Wyatt Thifault. And Wyatt Fow, junior for the Beat Diggers, will go against Jimmy LeConte. Fow ranked number 2 in the state for the Beat Diggers, and LeConte ranked number 1 at 170. It'll be Nick Wellen, sophomore for the Beat Diggers, taking on Trent Barclay. Barclay, I think, is also ranked. He's number 4. No, excuse me, that's Quentin Jiners. So I don't see him on the roster tonight. At 182, we'll finish it off with Chase Barnett, a junior, taking on Dakota Tingle.
Starting in the 195-pound weight class.
So here comes Thomas Metlin.
Thomas Metlin.
Thomas will pick up the forfeit win, and senior Isaac D. Herrera, his first year of wrestling. He's going to go out, come off victory last night, and he'll pick up a forfeit win for the Beat Diggers at 220 pounds.
The opening match is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design.
Okay, there's Santana Hernandez for Weld Central, picking up his forfeit win at 106. And now we're ready for our first match. Urbina for the Beat Diggers.
Into the 113-pound weight class for Weld Central.
Waiting here.
Colton Robertson. And for your Beat Diggers, Eric Urbina.
Eric Urbina will go against Colton Robertson. He's 113 pounds. Beat Diggers will get the red leg band, so they're going to swap up there and say home for the Beat Diggers. And we're underway. You're at 113 pounds, Urbina and Colton Robertson. Robertson, long, tall, and skinny. Urbina feints a little duck under. Robertson backs up, feints a shot, and they come back forehead to forehead. Little double leg shot, and now a single there by Urbina. Switches off the double. He puts Colton Robertson down. There comes a cross face from Urbina. They stand parallel. Robertson building a base. Urbina pushes him forward, flattens him out. Working on that right arm. It's kind of caught underneath. If he's trying to put an arm bar in there, we're right here at Matt's side. Hear the coach saying, run it the other way. Robertson's got a long reach out there now. He's tied up a 2-on-1 on Robertson. Oh, he locks up his little tilt. It rolls him over the top. Robertson stands up. Urbina grabs an ankle and trips him back down. Robertson lands on his stomach. And the coach is there. Urbina trying to pop the elbow and hit the cross face. Oh, there he goes. He's trapped that far elbow. And goes for the tilt again, but rolls clear through it. Still 2-0 for Eric Urbina as he works from the top. 15 seconds left here in the first period. He's trying to set up that iron cross or barbed wire. Robertson gets a long arm out of there. Urbina out to the side trying to crank that hold over, but he's going to run out of time here in the first period. Head of the second period. 2-0 for the Beat Diggers, Eric Urbina. Eric's a sophomore for the Beat Diggers. Okay, we'll go on our feed here in the second period. There's Robertson in a double leg shot. Good sprawl by Urbina. Robertson trying to drive into it. Drives Urbina around. Urbina throws him over towards the line on the far side. Now he sprawls out, grabs an ankle over the top. He's got Robertson's head pushed down. And he spins around behind. Can't quite get the takedown yet. There's control and another takedown for Eric Urbina. He does that little pick and stack. Lost the step through the leg, but he's still riding there with that far side cradle. Like the wrong-sided leg in there, I call it. It's your left leg in there on the right side, but made it work for control. They're back to the center and restart. Quick stand up by Robertson. Urbina trying to pick him up. Now he'll drop down to the single. Drive forward, go to the double, dump Robertson down. Works up. Hear everybody hollering half. Had a chance to step through those legs and keep him crossed up. Oh, hard cross face there by Urbina. And he's grabbing an ankle, trying to drive a taller Robertson over. He gets him over on a hip. Trying to reset that hold. He's got the cross face going hard. There's a little scissor circle on that long leg. Here's the wrestler. Oh, we're going to get a locked hand. That'll cost Urbina a point there, working from the top. Getting a lot of coaching from his teammates, too. Robertson trying to switch out of there. Urbina working on the wrist. Robertson trying to clear the wrist and pulls right into Urbina. Urbina drops down on a single leg. And Robertson trying to drape over the top. Urbina stands up with it. spins him around, and Robertson tried to throw a leg in there with that cross face. But run out of time here in the second period. Urbina's choice, and he's up by 3. Coach says, let's go neutral. You've been doing pretty good there on your feet. Referee looking at the wrist there of Robertson. He says we're okay to go, and we're underway in the third period. Nice long-range shot by Robertson. Urbina getting sprawled out there. Now trying to break this double leg by Robertson. They back up, and Urbina push him away. Robertson was in there pretty deep, but couldn't complete that move. Four to 1 for the Beat Digger. There's Robertson, another long-range shot. And Urbina trying to mash that head down. Gets a little underhook. Robertson driving that double leg right at the edge, and Urbina's going to go down and give up the takedown. He's going to have to bail out there. And Robertson gets a takedown here in the third period, makes it 4 to 3. Now Robertson throws a leg in on the right side. Urbina gets him a little high, but Urbina trying to work out from underneath. Robertson draped over the top. We're inside a minute to go. Urbina gets in a sit-out position. Robertson reaches a long arm down between the legs and kind of a spiral ride, maintains control. Inside of 40 seconds to go. And Robertson tries to throw the leg in there on the left side. And it blocks that. And Robertson gets a leg in on the right side, trying to power half on Urbina. And Urbina trying to roll out of that bad move, but he gets back to his base. 20 seconds and counting. Robertson trying to crank that leg ride in there with the cross face, but Urbina grabbed the wrist, hanging on to it, and standing up, and gets back to his base. Robertson trying to crank a power half, and we're going to run out of time. That's been an exciting match here. Beat Diggers will win it by 1, 4 to 3 over Colton Robertson.
Western Engineering Consultants provides civil engineering services for aviation, municipal, commercial, and residential clients located in Colorado. Western Engineering is invested and involved in the communities they work in. They want to wish good luck to all the athletes as they complete this year.
Okay, Colin Cole, senior for the Beat Diggers, is going to get Sammy Almazwari. We're checking the leg gear there on Almazwari. 120 pounders is Joe Savez is number 1. There's Colin in on a double leg, picks up Almazwari, throws him down for 2. Colin working from the right side as they're over the far side of the mat. Well, it's always got a little tilt set up right at the edge and picking up back points. And the official counting them off. We're going to get 2 near fall points as they go out of bounds. Weld Central in white singlets with the little red belt around the waist. And there's a good hard side drag by Colin Cole. He's given up a lot of height too. Now it locks up an arm on the far side, steps over, throws a half in there, and he's got Almazwari on his back. Almazwari trying to bridge out of there. He's going to pop out, slip around behind Cole. Cole with a switch, and we'll get a reversal. And Colin trying to throw a leg in there. They'll be out of bounds, and he'll get an escape out of that. So we'll make it 8 points. 2-point near fall here for Colin, and then a 1-point escape. Not quite sure how we ended up with 8 there, but we've got 8 on the scoreboard. And there's Colin, throws Almazwari to his back, and they'll be out of bounds, and that should be another 4 points. Calling it on the right side. Hard side dragging on old Missouri. Grabs the wrist, trying to put that head lever in there. The spiral. Now he pull it back into hammer lock. Set it back there in the hip. Now he locks it up for that granny where he reaches across and grabs the chin, and over goes all Missouri. And there's the pin for the Beat Diggers. Colin Cole. Oh, man, that only comes at 1:26 of the match. Seemed like a lot longer match than that.
Weld Central,
So, big pin for the Beat Diggers.
State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen in Brush. Home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today, 842-4555.
Okay, at 1:26, Beat Diggers give up the forfeit win to Mikey Roskopf of Weld Central. They award that to him. Now Caleb Cox is out there going against Tanner Baumgartner. And we're underway. 132 pounds, so right in on a double leg is Cox. Gets the takedown. Little side drag. Got that tight waist in there, working the near arm. Tight waist to the right arm. Now working the feet clear. Goes to the 2-on-1. Pulling that wrist back there. Baumgartner trying to clear that. And Cox just grabs the head. Tries to dump him under there. But not enough for back points. Cox trying to work a half Nelson now. Caleb looks small out there against Baumgartner. Baumgartner in the set-out position. Cox will settle that down, get him broken down. Cox trying to work, I thought he was trying to work an arm bar here on the left side. No, he's reaching for a half from the right side. Say we're right here at Matt's side, so we're on their left side right now. Cox come through that claw, grabs his shoulder, throws a grapevine in there, and tried to hip him over. But Baumgartner laid flat. Now Cox will say thanks, gets a half Nelson, pumps Baumgartner over on his back, going for the pin, and there it is. Just a real hard move there with that far wrist tied up and the half Nelson, and Cox is going to pick up the pin win at 1:27 of the match.
For your Beat Diggers, Oswaldo Nunez.
Ingmar Phillips Insurance, looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you. Call Ingmar Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote.
Okay, while we're away, 138 pounds, Oswaldo Nunez picks up a forfeit win. And it should move the team score up to 33-12 for the Beat Diggers. And Bryce Thomas steps out for the Diggers at 145. So he's going against Carmelo Rivera. Bryce giving up weight here at 145. Little arm drag attempt by Rivera. Bryce with that red hair and a red singlet. Little arm drag attempt by Rivera. Now they go ear to ear. Peter's going to have a big week this week. Faced University last night, Weld Central tonight. And then they get to help with the JV tournament tomorrow. Thomas gets caught in the front headlock. Gets snapped down by Rivera. Rivera with a little underhook and has the head locked up there. Bryce Thomas trying to grab the elbow and drag out of there. Official down looking for the chokehold. Rivera trying to reach for a knee, but Bryce stands up and backs out away. Well, he won't go out of bounds, so go back and tie up ear to ear at the far side of the mat. 45 seconds left, no score. First period. Bryce tries a long-range shot, kind of out of that ear-to-ear tie-up, so he couldn't reach the legs. He'll break apart, work back into the 10-foot circle. And giving each other the evil eye there, a couple of head taps. Inside of 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Bryce pushing Rivera towards Weld Central mat. Now Rivera will circle back into the center, trying to snap down the head of Thomas. But Bryce Thomas comes back with 4 or 5 head taps there. And we'll head to the second period, no score. Rivera looks to coach. Defers, I think, and Bryce will take the down position. Carmelo Rivera for Weld Central. A good tight waist there, trying to throw a grapevine in on Bryce Thomas. Thomas faces up, trying to tripod up, a little tripod roll, puts Carmelo over on his hip. Carmelo hangs on to a single leg, and Bryce trying to sprawl out on the top. Got Carmelo underneath him, and he pushes his head away and get the escape. First point of the match goes Beat Digger's way. 1-0. Beat Diggers leading the duel right now, 33-12. Back on their feet right under the big mat light. They go back to that forehead-to-forehead tie-up. Bryce pushing into Rivera. They get over the edge and they break apart. Bryce will back into the circle. And break out of that tie-up. Bryce throws that tie-up over the top, and he reaches for a single, but that holds the head again. Bryce pummels out of that and backs into the circle. 33 seconds. Coach Quinlan up here trying to show him a move in silence. Reach by Rivera. A bit of scramble, but they break apart. Inside of 15 seconds to go here in the second period. 1-0 for the Beat Digger. Thomas pushing on Rivera. Get a stalling warning on Rivera. That kind of livens him up a little, but we're going to run out of time here in the second period. Be Rivera's choice. He wants down. Bryce Thomas for the Diggers, up 1-0 as we start the third period. He'll be working from the top. Good hard side drag. Rivera tries a little roll to get out of there, but Bryce follows him around. Hits him in the cross face. Now he comes back 2-on-1, working the wrist. Now gets a half in here on the left side. Rivera kind of bunched up there trying to stand up. Bryce will pinch down on the leg and got a little overhook there. Rivera trying to pull that arm underneath. He's got the right wrist tied up underneath. Bryce is trying to keep some weight on him. Now he gets that clear. Locks up a cradle, and Rivera's on his back trying to kick free. And Thomas loses his hold, but he's going to pick up a couple back points. 2-point near fall here in the third period for Bryce Thomas. Now he's running a half Nelson. Rivera looks away from that, fights out of that. He gets in a sit-out position, snaps back. Kind of caught Bryce in the nose with his back of his head, and Rivera will get the escape. His first point of the match. And we're down to 45 seconds and counting. Bryce Thomas pushing against Rivera. Rivera's already been dinged for stalling. And Thomas pushing on Rivera. Rivera kind of pushed back. They still forehead to forehead. Thomas will push him away and back into the 10-foot circle. Clock down to 22 seconds. Still rolling. They go forehead to forehead. Bryce trying to pummel for that inside control. He's got the 3-point lead, so he doesn't want to make a bad shot. There's a bad shot by Rivera now. Rivera in on a single leg. 2 seconds left, 1. And Bryce is going to win the match for the Beat Diggers. How about that? 4-1 win for the Beat Digger. That'll make it 36-12 as we go to Wyatt Thifolt for Weld Central. And he'll take on Brush's Ricky Mendez here at 152 pounds. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Make Stubbs Gas and Oil your next stop when you're headed out of town. During your visit, you can gas up your vehicle, sit down for lunch, get snacks, hunting, fishing licenses, everything you need at Stubbs in Wiggins. Okay, we're underway here. Wyatt Thifolt and Ricky Mendez. Thifolt with a kind of a little afro hairdo there. And they working the wrist. A lot of feinting and circling there, but not a whole lot of contact. Thifolt feints a shot and just pushes Mendez away. Mendez tries to throw him by and grab an ankle, but come back. There's Thifolt with a shot. Mendez with a shot in there pretty deep with it. Gets Thifolt out in front of him. Does a little Granby roll look. But Thifolt reaches over the top trying to mash the head down in. As Mendez kind of caught underneath, steps over the leg, and Thifolt gets a headlock on there with that reverse grapevine in. That'll be a 2-point takedown for Thifolt as he threw that headlock in there from that under position. And Ricky trying to build a base right at the edge. Thifolt trying to lock up the wrist. Mendez stands up and gets the escape right at the edge. Kind of lost control of those wrists, and Thifolt let him loose. Down about 25 seconds of counting first period. Thifolt, there's Ricky with a nice little toe grab. Thifolt trying to work his counter, but Ricky's got that leg sucked way underneath, and he'll swim out there. Thifolt with a headlock again, but Mendez has the lead with the takedown. 10 seconds left. Now Thifolt with a reverse headlock, trying to work around Ricky Mendez with a headlock, and Thifolt's going to get the escape to tie it up as they go out of bounds right here in front of us with almost 2 seconds on the clock. And that's exciting first period. We're tied up 3-3. Ricky's choice. He's going to defer it. Thifolt wants down. Okay, Ricky will grab an ankle. Thifolt peels him away. Ricky goes down into a double leg. Thifolt is all sprawled out underneath him and reaches out, and he's going to get the reversal to take the lead again. Right in the 10-foot circle. Thifolt in the white singlet. Is working the wrist underneath. And Ricky's going to stand up, got the wrist control. Thifolt just lets him loose. 5-4 for the Weld Central wrestler. Ricky with a shot. Thifolt backs away from that. There's Thifolt with a shot. Ricky blocks that and then feints the shot. They go back, working the wrists a little bit. Very loose tie up there for a moment. Now they tie up a little tighter. Thifolt drops down to a single leg, picks it up high, and dumps Ricky down right at the edge. Yeah, a little quick on that takedown. But that makes it 7-4. Ricky will be working from the bottom. Hard side drag by Thifolt. We're inside of 45 seconds to go here in the second period. Thifolt working from the right side, trying to get that left arm back in the hammerlock position. Ricky kind of caught in a bunch underneath. Thifolt working that tight waist through spiral right in the near arm. Ricky grabs the knee, trying to look like a Granby roll, but he doesn't have any control up top. Now Thibault throws that headlock on and rolls Ricky over to his back. It's that reverse grapevine in there and going for the pin here off that headlock. Now he tries to step over and get a half Nelson on Ricky. 5 seconds left. They're right at the edge, and they're going to call the pin. And that's one of those pins that's out of bounds, but they're going to call it this year. Your shoulder's out of bounds, and the other guy's in control. They're going to pin you. So Thibault wins that.
And for your beat,
That'll be with 4 seconds left here in the second period. 3:56 pin here for Thibault. Team scored 36-18 now, and this should be the match of the night. Wyatt Fowl, ranked number 2 for the Beat Diggers. Jimmy LeConte, ranked number 1 in the state. And they tie up there. A little underhook by each wrestler as they go. That's a tight tie up. LeConte a little shorter than Fowl. And they work over to the far edge and they'll go out of bounds. Well, a little snap down attempt by LeConte. Foul go down to the knee, look at him, now they come back. Loose tie, a little arm drag attempt coming from Foul. He gives up on that and breaks loose. They go back forehead to forehead. A little hard throw down of the arms by LeConte. Foul comes back up into an ear-to-ear tie. And a little throw attempt by LeConte, and they come out of bounds right in front of us. No score, 1:10 on the clock, first period. Foul gets his mouthpiece in, and we're back underway. Foul undefeated down at Rio Rancho, undefeated on the year. And a little throw by attempt by LeConte. Got a little blood time here for Foul. So that'll stop it. We're at 36-18. We've only got 3 more matches to go after this one. 3 to go, including this one. Wyatt Fowl, McWellen, and Chase Barnett upcoming.
Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into a car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East.
Okay, 42 seconds and counting. Foul and LeConte going ear to ear. Foul looks like he's trying to load up a throw on LeConte. Foul looks like a smaller one out there. Both wrestlers pretty well put together. Foul looked like he's trying to set up a throw. LeConte wanting to throw him back. Now they'll go out of bounds. 17 seconds left here in the first period. 160 pounds. Staying in that tight tie-up. We're headed to the second period. It's tied up 0-0. LeConte's choice. Conte is going to start on the bottom. Take the down position. Foul in on the right side. Get the tight waist. LeConte trying to switch out of there. Foul working that near arm, tight waist, breaks LeConte down. Foul with a cross face. And he's working in a figure 4 there on the right leg. Working for a cradle, it looks like. Now he'll trap that far elbow. He's working that cross face to the elbow tie. LeConte gets his arms out front. Foul trying to bust him forward. Yeah, foul working that tight waist. Gets a hammerlock back on LeConte. If he can get the armbar in there or not, we can't see it there on the far side of the mat. Got bodies between our view of that right arm. Looks like LeConte's got it back off his back. Now he'll stretch out there. Foul right back to a good ride there on the edge. LeConte with the roll comes up on top, and he's going to get a reversal out of that little Granby roll. Put LeConte in the lead. Foul right to his feet, and he'll do a roll, but he's way out of bounds. 48.5 seconds left here in the second period. Foul gets set. Conte in on the right side. Grabs the left leg of Foul. Tries to throw a leg in. Foul right to his feet. Working towards the edge. And Conte's going to drive him out of bounds. We'll start with 40.6 seconds. Conte comes in on the right side. Tries to bust Foul forward. Foul stands up. Trying to switch out of there. Conte with the locked hands. Foul sets her on the bottom. Right to his feet, does a Granby roll, but he's way out of bounds again. 26 seconds left here. Second period. Conte got the reversal. He's working from the top now. And on the right side, using that tight waist. Foul stretches a leg out. Conte tries to throw the grapevine in. I think he got it in there. Has that left leg in there. Trying to work, stretch Foul out there. Working ahead. 6 seconds left. And Foul caught on the bottom, and we're going to go to the third period. LeConte up 2-0. And Wyatt Foul will tick down. Foul with a stand up, trying to peel away. LeConte drops down to the single leg, picks it up high, and Foul tries to hit a switch right at the edge, and LeConte's going to pull him out of bounds. Foul will reset on the bottom. Conte in on the right side again. He'll grab that left ankle. Try to drive Foul forward. And Foul try to work off the bottom. LeConte working that near arm tight waist. Foul trying to build a little space. Conte will move over to the right side. Foul up, and LeConte pushes him out of bounds. Foul had some of that momentum too, but 1:26 on the clock. Conte up 2-0. Comes in on the right side, tries to throw the leg in. Foul caught underneath. There's a half Nelson from LeConte. Foul trying to work some wrist control underneath there. LeConte bounced around. Foul on his feet. LeConte brings him down. Locked hands. Breaks it just as they hit. Driving Foul forward. Puts a spiral right in there. Trying to scissor circle that near leg. Foul standing up. It gets worked back down. 51 seconds left. Foul to his feet. And they go out of bounds again. Foul needs to hit a hard switch right there. LeConte happy to see him go out of bounds. 50 seconds left. And there's a little Granby roll by Foul. LeConte going to have to let him loose. They'll make it 2-1. Now they'll go forehead to forehead. 35 seconds left. Foul tries to duck under. LeConte keeping that tie up. Reaches for a single. Just got a little underhook on the left side. Ear to ear. Reaches for a leg. Foul locks him up, and now he'll drop down on a shot, and he'll be out of bounds. 17 seconds on the clock. Foul reaches for a single, reaches for another one. And Conti with the underhook, just glad to hang on for the last 10 seconds. And Foul trying to reach for something. Conti blocking that with the little underhook. Foul trying to come underneath. And LeConte's going to win it by 1. Scored it 2-1. And Wyatt Fowl loses his first match of the year against the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state. Makes it 36. 221 on the team side. Nick Wellen is going to take on Trent Barkley.
Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher educational.
Okay, Nick Wellen going against Trent Barkley. Wellen, a sophomore for the Beat Diggers. Number 21 on the football field is a circle. There's a shot by Wellen. Barkley sprawls away from it, and he'll be out of bounds right here in front of us. Barkley looks real young. They didn't give us the ages on their kids or here in school. We're at 170 pounds for next to last match of the night. They work for wrist control, banging foreheads. There's a double leg shot by Wellen, and he puts Barkley down, has him on a hip for a moment. Tried to throw the half in there, but Barkley gets his elbows down. And Wellen working a 2-on-1 as it left arm tied up. Now go to the 1-on-1. Stand parallel, kept him broke down. Now Barkley gets up to his knees on his forehead. Wellen will drive him down. Okay. Trying to work that underneath, right arm underneath. Try to work a hammerlock out of there. Hops over, throws a half Nelson, but Barkley pinches down away from that. 35 seconds and counting here in the, Wellen gets 2-on-1 tied up pretty tight on Barkley. Pulls him back in, but now Barkley's going to be right at the edge, and it'll be out of bounds. 2-point lead for Nick Wellen for the Beat Diggers. They have to reset Barkley. Kind of hard to figure out where the marks are. Oh, there's little yellow stripes out there. Good hard side drag and hard cross face by Wellen. Trapped that elbow for a moment, lost it. Now he's going to have to reset. Barkley got a hold of his arm. Forearm there, hanging on to that for dear life. Now Wellen will clear his arm. Now he's trying to work a hammerlock back on the right arm of Barkley. We run out of time here in the first period. Should be Wellen's choice. Looks like Barkley's saying he's got a little blood going. So Beat Diggers lead the duel, 36-21. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush Fort Morgan, and KSIR.com. And we also serve Snyder and several other communities. Okay, Cleta.
Willow Coffee and Bake Shop, from breakfast and snacks to perfectly brewed coffee and teas, even gift items. Willow Coffee and Bake Shop. Stop by 921 Edison Street in Brush today.
Okay, still cleaning up blood there.
When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. That's AC Ice. Farmers Insurance Agency. It's in the Broadway Shopping Plaza in Sterling. You see Brenda about customized coverage at an affordable price. Let her help you be smarter about your insurance. Period.
Uh-oh, period. That was the end of that page. Okay.
Yeah, I thought there's more to it.
Okay, there might be. That kind of rolled off a little different on that printout. Sorry about that. Okay, it looks like Barclay wants to go neutral here in the second period as we get the blood cleaned up and we're underway. Wellen going against Barclay. Wellen kind of stalks him over the side. Wellen tried a double leg shot. Barclay got a little underhook on him, fought that off. And Wellen pushing him towards the edge. And Barclay spins around and breaks loose from that. Barclay pushing Wellen to the edge. Wellen drops down to a single leg. And the official's going to have a little talk with Barclay because he blew the whistle. He was still wrestling. Wasn't anything mean going on there, I don't think. There's a shot by Wellen. He's in there on a single. Just pops him down and gets a takedown. Nice quick move by Wellen. There's 40 seconds gone here in the second period. Wellen trying to work an arm back in here, do something with him. 2-on-1, busts him forward with the knee. And trying to work those arms out of there, but Barclay's got him tied up tight underneath. Probably going to get dinged for stalling here if he doesn't try to do something. He's Wellen working on that right arm. He's got Barclay over a little bit on the hip. He'll start working on that left arm a little harder. Left wrist. Barclay with his forehead into the mat. We'll bust him forward. And we're going to get a stalling warning. And I think they called that on Wellen. I'm not sure. See Barclay just tying his wrists up. He tries to set out and about to get snapped back here by Wellen. He's going to roll back to his base. Barclay builds a base. Wellen grabs the wrists, trying to run the wrists around, and Barclay just hiding now. Wellen will start from the other side, and he cranks him over, picking up more back points there. Wellen cranking that wrist right over. Now he's going to pop out of there and spin around and jump on Barclay and pick up some back points there. Good second period for Nick Wellen. Gets that 2-point near fall just as the whistle blew. It'll be Wellen's choice. He'll take down. And does a hard switch. Puts Barclay right on his back. Gets chest to chest. He's got that reverse going chest to chest with him going on Barclay. Barclay trying to bridge out of there. Look there, official. That's a pin. It is. All right. Nick Wellen picks up the big pin in the third period. 14 seconds into the third period. How about that? I'll put the Beat Dingers up 42-21. Doubling the points on Weld Central. Chase Barnett will take on Dakota Tingle.
Hilltop Garage, serving northeastern Colorado for 3 generations, committed to their customers with quality service and reasonable prices. In need of a tow, call 522-5757. That's Hilltop Garage.
Okay, Chase Barnett, junior for the Beat Diggers, taking on Dakota Tingle. Tingle with a headlock, and Barnett says thank you and throws him to the ground for a 2-point takedown. Tingle trying to set out of there, but Chase Barnett trying to maintain control, and his opponent will run out of bounds. That's Dakota Tingle here at 182 pounds. Barnett, a junior for the Beat Diggers. Comes in on the right side of Tingle. Tries to side drag him one way and then chops the arm, but Tingle's going to stand up and walk away. And Tingle trying to throw a headlock. Throws Barnett down. Got him in a one-armed headlock, an illegal headlock there for a moment. They're going to give Tingle the takedown. 1-point escape there for Tingle also. Now Barnett gets in a single leg, and he's going to get behind Tingle and take the lead 4-3. And there's an escape by Tingle. He's really quick on his feet. A minute gone here in the first period, tied up 4-4. As they work right in the 10-foot circle. Tingle circling. Barnett waiting for him in the center. Now he'll tie up. Tingle went and throw that headlock again. Chase drops down to a single leg. Trips Tingle. And he's got control. And Barnett gets a takedown. Now he's trying to hook up a leg and a tight waist. Tingle bases up, and he can't do anything with it. Now Chase will just let him loose. Give him another escape. Now Barnett in on a single leg. Tingle fought that off. Now Chase go to the other leg. As Tingle sprawls out away from that. Chase trying to pick up that single leg. Tingle trying to mash his head down. But Chase caught on his knees under there, and that's the way we'll go into the second period. 6-5 for Chase Barnett. Coach Quinlan shouting some words of encouragement to Chase. Chase will start on the bottom here in the second period. Up by 1. Tingle in on the left side. Hard switch attempt right off the whistle by Barnett. He's going to pop out the backside, get the escape. That'll make it 7-5. So they go on their feet. And Barnett, a little underhook. Tingle looks like he's trying to load up a headlock again. And go back to the tie-up. It's our last match of the night. Pete Diggers lead the duel 42-21. Barnett looks like he, drops down to a single. Nice shot there by Barnett, but Tingle threw him by with a little waist pry, but Barnett grabs onto that single leg again with Tingle draped over the top, and Barnett has him sitting on his hips, but Tingle's going to pop out the backside and get the reversal. Make it 7-7. Now Barnett's got to work off the bottom. As Barnett will grab an arm, trying to pull it under. 44 seconds left here, second period. And Tingle drives him across the mat. And Barnett reaches for a single, grabs it. It's going to pop out the backside. He's got him on his back. I don't know if he's got him in a scoring hold there yet, but that'll be a 9-7 lead with 27 seconds left here after that reversal by Barnett. Tingle quite a bit taller than Barnett. They get a caution on the start on Tingle. Got to get on the marks. Barnett in on the left side. Tingle kind of moving off the start. But he tries to set out. Barnett working the ankle in a tight waist. And he busts him forward. Oh, he's got him stacked up, going for the pin. 10 seconds left. Teed out to the front, and there's a pin for the beat. There's Chase Barnett. Kind of a wild scramble match. That pin comes with 8 seconds left in the second period. How about that? The 3:52 pin for Chase Barnett. And the Beat Diggers going to finish this duel out 48-21. How about that? Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back to Brush. Coach Quinlan over here as he's working on a lot of that. You do all that computer stuff, all that fancy stuff, and those videos you've been doing are awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we use technology a lot for us. It saves us a lot of work.
That's kind of hard on us old guys, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But it was great to watch some of the videos from Rio Rancho last weekend. So.
Yep.
Well, another big win here in the Patriot League. So.
Yes. Weld Central is a tough team. They're missing a couple of their guys. But the guys they got are definitely still solid. So it was good to see our guys come out and, take care of business again 2 nights in a row. It has some tough matchups, and I think our guys wrestled pretty hard and kept the matches in a winnable place. And, we came out on most of those. Dropped one tough one, to LeConte there at 60s, but overall it was a pretty good performance for our guys.
It was. Wyatt's and LeConte been banging heads for a long time.
Yep. That was a rematch of last year's semifinal match. We lost that one 3-2. Tonight it was 2-1. I think in the future we're, we got to open up, but we're doing a lot of good things to keep that match in a winnable place.
Yeah, LeConte's got a lot of defense.
Absolutely. Yep.
And it's hard to get through to.
Yes, it is.
It's an exciting match. It was well worth the trip down to see. Oh, yeah. 2-1 doesn't sound that exciting, but it was.
Yep, both those guys were working hard the whole 6 minutes. So.
Yeah, that was a fun match to watch.
Definitely.
Okay, let's see. You won last night 59-21. You give up 21 tonight and still win 48-21. So.
Yep, not bad. Again, some forfeits hurt us. We gained some points from forfeits too. So, but overall, very, very dominant win for us as a team, and good place to be right now, headed into a tough next week. So,
it is. You're gonna get the Curtis kid down to 106.
He's working on it.
Is he?
He's working on it. Yep. His ascent plans got him there right after Christmas, so we won't have him till after Christmas, but he'll be there soon enough.
Okay, well, let's see. We started out with 2 forfeits going our way. No heavyweight out there.
Nope.
And number 1 wrestler, Santana Hernandez for Weld Central, picked up a forfeit win for them. They also picked up one at 126, so that kind of evened out there. But then we picked up one for Oswaldo at 138. But Colton Robertson, that was a tough match with Eric Urbina.
Eric.
Haven't seen him.
No, he hasn't wrestled a whole lot. So it's good to see him come out and compete. In our league, it's great to see that he's that far ahead. To see where he's at already, when he's only been wrestling. I think for a year.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if he had wrestled in middle school or not, but he's been with us for a couple weeks and he's picking up things every day. So that's a good start for him.
Well, cool. Only a sophomore, and that Robertson kid was long, tall.
Very, very long, but Eric did a great job of stuffing all of his shots, and he left a lot of leg out there for us to get our crossface and push his hips away and get a takedown off of his shots. So that's good. It's good when we can score on their shots.
Yeah, and then Colin Cole at 120 pounds just went against Sammy Sawari.
Yep.
Got a 126 pin, but he'd already scored about 10 points when he got him pinned.
Yeah, Colin's a hammer. He goes out there and makes you pay for your mistakes, and just another example of that tonight. He went out there and was in control the entire match and made the kid pay for letting up for a little bit. So it's good to see where he's at there.
And then at 132, Caleb Cox going against Tanner Baumgartner. And a 127 pin. Caleb just goes out and does it.
Yeah, exactly. We got so many guys like that on the team that just go out there and know that they go out there and push the pace and are aggressive right off the bat. That other guy's, not always ready to start wrestling right away. So it's a good thing for us to get out there, push the pace, be aggressive, and finish the match when we get a chance.
And then Bryce Thomas got a big win there at 145. Looked a little small out there against Carmelo Rivera.
Yep. He hasn't gained any weight since last night, so he's still pretty small. But he cleaned up a lot of things, just overnight. So it was great to see Bryce, make those steps and wrestle better in one day. We didn't have any practice time, so we just talked about some things we needed to fix, and he went out there tonight and made made a good statement on his progress. So
Another very exciting match.
yep.
Ricky Mendez with Wyatt Thifault, that was going back and forth, and I think a few more times that'd still be exciting matches.
Yeah, all of Ricky's matches are. He gets into, we talked about it last night, some pretty funky positions, and, sometimes he comes out on top, but sometimes we're not going to be able to. So he's got to clean some of those things up and stay solid in good position. He's super long, and, sometimes that's, works to his disadvantage. So I think he's, he's wrestling with Fow and Wellen every day. So he can only get better from here.
Yeah, and then we talked about Wyatt Fow and Jimmy LeConte's match. Then Nick Wellen, another exciting match for him. He looked like a tough kid, but he just mauls him.
Yeah, those guys, we got two pretty tough groups in the room. We got Wyatt and Nick and Ricky and those guys, and then we got Caleb and Colin and Oswaldo and those guys, and those guys are at each other all day long in practice. To watch those two groups in practice is very exciting because they're going 100 miles an hour the whole time and making everybody work for anything they get. So when they come out here to a tournament or a duel, they're ready to put the beat down on somebody else, and that's why they're so aggressive and take care of business so well out there right away.
I was watching the running the other night, and Oswaldo just looked like he played with everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Oswaldo's very exciting to watch. He's very aggressive and, has some fun when he's out there. So,
yes, I bet the track coach is looking for him, isn't he?
I'm definitely going to make sure he's doing something, cross country or track, one of the two, because
or both would be great.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a long, lanky kid, and he's super fast and very competitive.
Just got that gait that just stands out there.
Yep. Very athletic.
Very athletic. Yep. And then Chase Barnett. He's wrestled like he's been wrestling the best match I ever seen him wrestle.
I think so. He's same thing. He's getting better every week. He likes to stay up top a lot and try to throw, but when he gets in on his shots, he's super strong and aggressive, and he finishes those shots. So it's good to see him get a couple takedowns. He was in on some good shots too that he didn't finish. So it's good to see him take those many shots and finish a match with a pin.
It tingles just really hard to handle.
He is.
Found a way to win.
Yep, same thing. He's very aggressive kid. He's a quick mover, so it's good to see Chase's methodical side. Get out of that and be aggressive and match the guy's pace.
Okay, tomorrow you got to change gears a little bit.
Yep. Tomorrow we got our JV tournament here. There's not going to be a whole lot of teams. So if you guys are planning out on coming to watch some wrestling, make sure you're here. Make sure you're here around 9 when we get started and get our JV guys, 3, 4, 5 matches and get out of here and call it a weekend and get ready for Thompson Valley.
Yeah, Thompson Valley next Thursday. No,
next Wednesday. Yep, Thompson Valley Wednesday, Fort Morgan Wiggins on Thursday up there, and then we're off to the Old Chicago Tournament in Loveland.
It's going to be a big week. They're going to be ready for some Christmas turkey.
Yep, they are. They're going to be ready for Christmas, but they're also going to have, a boatload of matches and wrestle against some of the best guys in the state already. Weld Central's got tough guys. Thompson Valley's tough. Fort Morgan's tough. So they'll be ready for break and kind of know where they're sitting, conditioning and match wise. So.
It is. I was looking at your schedule and I'm thinking, boy, are all the guys going to be able to stay under their numbers before we get to regionals?
Yep. We got just enough points scheduled, so guys will be ready, definitely.
It's exciting, and see them improve them every time I see them. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're improving day by day, so it's always good.
Well, cool. So, anything else?
No, hopefully you guys make it out here next Wednesday. Watch us take on Thompson Valley. That's going to be a really, really tight duel. So hope you guys see you there and tomorrow.
Sounds good. Okay.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yep.
It's fun. And don't forget to come by tomorrow. Of course, got that bazaar out here, Christmas bazaar or whatever they call it, and that bringer. Whoever likes the Christmas stuff, and they can go out there, and the wrestling fans can fill up the gym here tomorrow. I've got to work. That's going to be a bummer. But I want to thank some of our great sponsors like Trinidad Venom and Sterling, Smart Parts, Premier Farm Credit, Kulski Oil Company, B&J Plumbing down there in Sterling. And it looks like I'm going to have to move. They're rolling the mats out here. So quickly, Beat Diggers pick up forfeit wins for Thomas Metlin, Isaac D. Herrera. Then no wrestler at 106. Eric Banner with the victory. Colin Cole with the pin win. Caleb Cox with a pin win. Oswaldo Nunez picks up a forfeit win. Bryce Thomas a tough match, 4-1 win. Ricky Mendez loses by a fall at 152. Wyatt Fowl losing 2-1 to number 1 ranked Jimmy LeConte. Nick Wellen picked up a big pin at 170. And Chase Barnett, another big pin at 182. Beat Diggers win the duel 48-21. So thanks for tuning in, and go Beat Diggers. So thanks to Rose and all the gang and our great sponsors. And we'll be back next Wednesday night, 6:30 here on 1010, KSIR and KSIR.com. Good night from Brush.